Welcome. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. Side A.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Tidepool Orchestra podcast. Tonight, unfortunately, we don't have our main leader, our overlord, Brian. He is spending time with his family, so we decided that Mike and I, say hi Mike.
And welcome.
We will take over the podcast for this week. So, to get ourselves
in
started.
general.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we'll just take over the podcast from now on.
That was my plan.
Yeah, Brian, you're officially kicked out. Sorry you had to hear it this way. Wink, wink.
Goodbye.
To get us all started, I guess, we'll just go over some of the general stuff. Mostly all I wanted to say is we're now at 54 subscribers on the Tidepool Orchestra YouTube channel, which is fantastic. That's a lot of growth, and we're very proud of it.
Wait, you said 54?
Yeah.
We're at 54? Holy fuck, hang on.
I know, it's crazy, right? You're gonna have to do so many shots. You're gonna be almost as drunk as I am right now.
Shot someone, kill me, please someone, kill me, please, please. Oh my god!
You know, when I took a hip-hop dance class in community college, my instructor, he's a really cool Asian dude, he made us do that dance where we did shots, and the dance was basically us looking like we were just downing a bunch of shots. It was really good.
Yeah, kids in community college doing shots. Grrt.
Yeah, and then on Twitter, I don't know, we have a Twitter. It's at TidepoolO. You usually hear that in my voice at the end of each podcast. We are at wow, holy shit. I haven't actually checked this, but until just now, we're at 36 followers. That's great. Thank you guys.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty bomb.
You guys are the best. Also shout out to Monster Porn. They have a podcast. I've listened to them. I think their podcast is really cool. They usually do a lot of lore stuff. This is a shout out, not because they asked us to, just because they recently, followed us on Twitter, and we were actually, looking into it, and they seem like a pretty cool channel. So, if you don't have enough podcasts to listen to, go check them out. I think, their branding is top-notch. But that's basically all that I really care to talk about, about the growth of our channel, whatever.
It's a tumor.
Usually, I think it's a little bit narcissistic to tell our audience of how we're doing, but I guess people care about it if it's something they're invested to. I don't know. It's just a weird thing about me. Brian has mentioned this. He thinks it's weird too. I get it. But yeah. So now we have some fan questions that we would like to answer. If you ever want to ask us a question for us to answer on this section of the podcast, you can always join our fan page Discord server, where we have a special channel for questions of the podcast that we are able to go off of to answer.
The channel is literally called Questions for Podcast. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's super easy, guys. The link should be in the description below on our YouTube channel. I'm not sure how that works on Podomatic or iTunes, because Brian is usually the person that runs those.
Oh god, we need to figure out how to upload to those.
Don't worry about it, Mike. We'll figure it out after post. Don't worry about it.
Also, if you do come to our Discord, stay away from shark nipples.
Oh god. Shark nipples. Don't even bring that up. So, shall I get us started with the first question?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Hey. This one is from Jason, whose username is Godsburden on Discord. This question is...
That is probably the most accurate username I've ever heard.
Yeah. Which anime character do you believe has a serious cocaine problem? Mike, do you have any thing that like is really blaring out to you in terms of cocaine addict?
I know a lot of anime characters. Give me a second. You go ahead and answer.
Well, the first that comes to mind for me is going to be Bakugo from My Hero Academia.
Oh, come on. He's a straight edge kid. He's rough, but he's straight edge. He wants to be a hero.
So angry.
Heroes don't do cocaine, and he sees himself as a hero.
Okay, but what about what's his name? Mike guy? The guy that's like the teacher that like screams?
In Naruto?
No, in My Hero Academia. I don't watch Naruto. That's a basic anime. No offense, but like I've never watched it.
You're basic, so like I thought you might.
I don't drink pumpkin spice lattes all the time. I only drink it during the fall, which is like the normal time to drink pumpkin spice lattes, so fuck off. I
bet you wear Uggs too.
No, I've never worn Uggs ever, and I've never worn Crocs either, so fuck off. Don't you put that shit on me.
I don't know where you came up with Crocs from, but I think someone's projecting.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And then I guess the other... Sorry about my typing, guys. I have an RGB, blue keyboard.
Oh my god, just
blue
stop.
Switches?
It's a mechanical keyboard. She's trying to say she has a mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX blue switches and it's RGB.
It's typed so good. You should get one. No. I'm trying to look up the name of the character that I was trying to think of. Other anime characters? Gosh, I really don't know. I haven't... You know, I used to watch a lot of anime in middle school and like early high school, like freshman, sophomore year. I don't really watch a lot of anime nowadays. Usually it just sticks to My Hero Academia, which is on hiatus right now. Same with One Punch Man, which I also am excited for the second season that was announced a couple of months ago, I think. Mob Psycho 100, which the second season has just literally come out, and, you know, the episodes are coming out, you know, every week. I haven't watched the anything of season 2. I finished season 1. And then I really enjoyed Yuri on Ice, which is a gay boy anime. But it's really important for the LGBTQ community because it shows a relationship between two men that is not just focused on the relationship of them. That's like more of a side thing. It shows how Yuri develops into a great ice skater, which it's a really good anime. If you haven't, watch it. And their movie is supposed to come out in a couple months, definitely this year. Very excited about it. Present Mike is the hero that I was thinking about from My Hero Academia.
No.
Who from One Punch Man would do a lot of cocaine? You watch One Punch Man? Mike?
Yes. Yes,
Good.
I do.
I mean, maybe Saitama does a lot of cocaine and you just can't tell it because he's such a cool dude. Like, he does so much cocaine that you can't even tell anymore. It's like a functioning...
How do you think his hair fell out?
Chemotherapy?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. Hey! Have you watched... like Full Metal Alchemist dubbed at all, or
Wait,
like
Full Metal Alchemist or Brotherhood or the movies? Because yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, good. Do you know anything about Ouran High School Host Club?
I kinda.
Okay, because unfortunately, maybe this is a side tangent that we should go on, but VIC MIGNOGNA. He's a voice actor that I used to really look up to because he did the the small boy from Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Edward? Is that Alphonse was the brother, right?
Alphonse was the younger brother in the metal suit, and Edward was the older brother. There was the little short guy.
Okay, yeah. So VIC MIGNOGNA voiced Edward from Full Metal Alchemist. And then he also voiced the main guy from Ouran High School Host Club.
Yep.
Who I can't remember the name of, even though that's one of my favorite animes of all time. But he recently had a lot of sexual harassment allegations from the community. And it's really unfortunate how he addressed it, because the letter that he put out was basically saying that he should blame the fans for the way that they reacted instead of actually considering the allegations that people were making about him. So he basically said, sorry you're offended, instead of sorry that I made people uncomfortable. I'll try to do better in the future, and try to reflect on himself. He totally deflected that and basically made it so he was blaming the victims, and also trying to get fans that supported him that didn't have allegations against him to go after the people that had allegations. Which is kind of the way that people addressed these types of allegations before the hashtag #MeToo movement, which I thought was very unfortunate because, you know, like at first I was like, I'm not sure about this, because it's more like, you know, innocent until proven guilty is kind of usually how I would like to go about these things, even though you definitely want to believe the victims. Like, I'm not denying that at all. You want to believe the people first, but you also want to, like, double check yourself, right? Just in terms of the justice system. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, I don't see how we got onto this, but yeah.
Well, this is a recent thing that people have been talking about. Is the only thing. I've seen it a lot on my Twitter feed.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a current event. It's not just something that has been around for like a long time. This is more of a current thing. And one of the guys that did the voice acting in Dragon Ball Z, he worked with VIC MIGNOGNA for a long time and saw the way that he was acting. Like
VIC MIGNOGNA actually, he does a voice for Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of topical right now. He voiced Broly for the new Broly movie.
Interesting. Well, yeah, so this is how the guy kind of... This is the guy, and we'll talk about the Broly movie. I promise you. We will get to it. I just wanted to bring this up since it's kind of a relevant topic to the question that Jason had. Somewhat. Whatever. I just wanted to address it because I think it was an interesting point. Whatever, people can make their own opinions. That's totally okay with me. But the guy that voiced Goku, I think, and worked a lot aside VIC MIGNOGNA, he said that he did see... Schimmel. Yeah, he saw a lot of stuff that VIC MIGNOGNA was doing in terms of interacting with fans, and saw kind of the sexual harassment. So he is kind of in support of the victims that are making these allegations, which makes definitely their allegations more credible. Absolutely. Yeah. If another person...
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think he's using his influence incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
His influence as a celebrity to this community. And it's not okay what he doing.
And you'd think that maybe from the Me Too movement, he would take note of how, you know, the apology letters have been written. To at least, even if he's a sociopath, to maybe write it correctly. But he even, disregarded that. He just wrote whatever the fuck he wanted and made him sound like 100% more of an asshole. So you know that he doesn't, actually care. You know what I mean?
Doesn't seem like it, not at all.
And now that I think about it, so I went to, I can't remember, there's 2 cons that I've gone to in the Pacific Northwest. One is SakuraCon, which is in Seattle, Washington. and one is in KimuraCon, which is held in Portland. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure that it was SakuraCon, because that's the bigger one. And I went to that one when I was either like in 7th, 8th, or 9th grade. Around that time. I can't remember which one because I haven't really thought about it until just now. But I went there, and I actually went to a panel where VIC MIGNOGNA was speaking, and I sat in the very front row because and I was with my dad. Because he also really enjoys Ouran High School Host Club. I do still think it's a really good anime, but whatever. So, we were really excited to see VIC MIGNOGNA because he voiced the main Tamaki. That's the guy's name. He voiced Tamaki, which is everyone's favorite character. Sorry, banged glasses. My bad. And we got to see him like very front up close. A lot of questions were asked from him from very young fans that were a little bit uncomfortable. And even at the time when I was very young, I kind of understood that this was either a little bit cringy. At first, I thought it was cringy, like embarrassing. But now I can kind of realize that it was kind of both that and just him being more uncomfortable and trying to indulge a little girl in her fantasies. Because the girl asked him to whisper in her ear of something, like a very more sensual or sexual line that he had in Ouran High School Host Club. And it like, at the time, I definitely, like I said, I just thought it was more embarrassing or cringy for the girl to ask that. But the fact that this 40-year-old man kind of indulged and was kind of making her, like, freak out like that, it definitely doesn't surprise me that this behavior of him, like, non-consensually has kissed fans or even non-fans that were just trying to get a, a fan signature for a friend, that he would do this kind of stuff. So it was just really unfortunate and kind of, like, eye-opening to me that it's like, wow, this definitely doesn't surprise me. I just wasn't aware of it when I was so young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah. And I really wish I took video, because, I don't know, man. Anyway.
So, my answer for an anime character that I think is addicted to cocaine, probably Kamina from Gurren Lagann.
I've never seen Gurren Lagann. Explain.
I recommend it. Dude's just too hype all the fucking time, man. Too
Crazy.
hype.
Like, is he one of those anime tropes where he's, like, bouncing off the screen and sometimes he'll turn chibi?
No, that's not him. He's just, like, he's too intense all the time. You ever heard the quote, like, don't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you?
Oh, I quote that all the time.
Yeah, that's him. That's his quote.
Good. I'm glad. I should really watch Gurren Lagann.
You really should. It's actually really fucking good. I remember, I don't think it's still on Netflix, but I remember it was all on Netflix for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, I know my boyfriend has watched it, or I'm like 90% sure. Whatever. I'll ask him about it. Do you have any other anime characters, or should we move on to the next question?
I think we should move on to the next question.
Okay. I've rambled on long enough. So this one is from Zia, who said she wants that name to be pronounced, but she doesn't really care. I'm gonna go with it. Her username is AssEater47 on our Discord channel. Her question...
Jeez, 47 asses.
That's a crazy number, man. I wish I could reach up to that. Her question is Dora an anime character? And if so, holy crap.
No.
Why?
Because it's not anime style. Like, I'm not even getting into the debate of, is it anime because it comes from Japan? Because there are plenty of animes that come from America, Japan,
like the
China,
Boondocks?
Korea. Exactly. Boondocks I consider an anime because it has the anime style. Dora is a cartoon.
Have you seen Dora's eyes? They're huge!
They're huge and soulless.
Okay,
anime eyes aren't soulless.
I'd also consider which Dora are we talking about? Are we talking about Dora the Explorer, the original one, where she's a very nice, like, that's chippy style. Like, almost borderline. You know, but then there's also the Dora that was, like, a preteen that had, like, a slimmer kind of design. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I think it's just a cartoon. No chibi, no anime, no nothing.
And I guess I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I think Zia does have a point where it's like she does have some big ass eyes and she does do a lot of exploring. And that's like 90% of animes where it's like, hey, you want to go out and explore and go on an adventure? But I guess that's 90% of stories.
Yeah, but there's no arcs. It's just all one episode and it's solved.
You mean the arc in every episode where she has to find the map? That's a huge arc. Dora the Explorer is the JoJo Bizarro Adventure of Nickelodeon. Change my mind. Okay. We have another question from Jason / God's Burden. It's, what do you think Garfield's feelings on the government shutdown is?
He hates Mondays.
Gosh, he hates Mondays, but especially on government shutdowns, he just hates every day because he can't get as much lasagna as he wants because he uses food stamps.
John has a very nice job. Why do you automatically assume they have food stamps?
What if John considers Garfield as a roommate and doesn't necessarily give him all of the money that he earned to buy food?
I doubt Garfield has a social security number.
Are you kidding me? I bet Garfield has a social security number 1 because he is just a really smart cat, and I bet there's comic strips where he's fooled people into thinking he's human to get some of that dang good lasagna. I don't doubt it in the slightest. I think you are thinking Garfield is too stupid.
No, I think Garfield's smart, but Garfield is still a cat.
Yeah, but he's smart enough to disguise himself.
Next question?
Yeah. So, this one is from A Land Base Red. I don't know who this guy is. I really don't. And honestly, I don't fucking care. His question is, how would you describe the taste of mayonnaise to someone who has never tasted it?
I would be one of those people who have never tasted it, so I couldn't tell you.
You've never tasted mayonnaise?
Nope, I refuse to.
Holy shit, it's like my favorite condiment.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
You disgust me.
But you haven't tasted it, dude, so you can't
No,
really
but I've seen
judge
what happens
me.
when it's... Okay, you know what? I've seen someone put mayonnaise on a plate and it sit out for 5 minutes. It gets gross and squishy and, like, it starts cracking, and it's just disgusting. I don't want my condiment to do that. You know what happens to ketchup? It starts to solidify, yeah, but so does everything that gets left out. It doesn't start cracking and turn yellow. Mayonnaise is fucking disgusting. Don't at me.
Mustard does that.
I don't eat mustard either. Don't at me.
God, you're crazy. No, okay.
I eat ketchup, I eat barbecue sauce, I eat hot sauce.
What do you put on your sandwiches? Just ketchup? Or nothing? Do you eat sandwiches?
It depends on the sandwich.
That's wild, man. If I'm eating a sandwich or a burger, the only thing that I'll put on it is mayonnaise. Sometimes on burgers I will put ketchup. But one thing is my mom, she was in the army when she was very, very young. Or, well, like 20s, right? Normal age to be in the army. She was stationed in Germany for a long time, and one of the things that German people do, or a lot of German people do, I guess I should say, is they will put mayonnaise on their french fries. And it's good, man. It's real good. If I wasn't concerned about dying at an early age and or getting absurdly fat, I would absolutely do that every time that I ate french fries. But I don't, because I know it's really bad for you. And when I put mayonnaise on things that I'm actually eating, I will put like a very, 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 very thin layer because I know that it's really bad for you. It's 99% fat, and you know, but to describe it, see, we haven't gotten to the actual description part. So you've never eaten it. If you just looked at it, how would you describe it to someone? I want to know. What do you think it tastes like?
I don't like bland and gross and like nightmares and unfulfilled dreams and sadness.
Have you tasted aioli?
The fuck is aioli?
Oh right, you're Southern. I'm sorry. Aioli is more of like a bougie Whole Foods thing, which is like a very Pacific Northwest idea.
I had a fucking Whole Foods 10 minutes from where I live before I moved up here, Jordan. Don't.
But I can't say that I believe that more Southerners go to Whole Foods over Pacific Northwesterns.
That's because you have more of them. That's how that works. But not a single day went by where that Whole Foods was not fucking crowded as shit as soon as it opened.
Okay, I'll give you that. How I would describe mayonnaise to someone who's never eaten it, your fiancé actually said Satan's jizz, which I think is very funny.
That sounds about right. Good on you, Kat. Good job, babe. Proud of you. And she'll never hear this because she doesn't watch the podcast.
She doesn't watch it?
Listen to it, whatever. It's in a video format on YouTube, so like, shut up.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a rich tasting, like, salt. Like, it's basically salt, in my opinion, but it has a bolder flavor. You know, it's more, like, complex.
Did you know it has eggs in it?
Yeah. It's basically rotten eggs. Like, don't leave...
Anything you put it on, basically, like if you put it on a sandwich, boom, egg salad sandwich. Put it on a hot dog, why'd you put eggs on a hot dog? It's fucking weird, Jordan.
Bitch, I know you've had fucking mayonnaise because it's in every fucking potato salad. That's how you make potato salad.
I've never had potato salad.
Macaroni salad?
Never had macaroni salad.
How are you Southern? How?
Only by birth.
Crazy.
Only by birth.
Okay. This question is from Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Yeah, hi. Would you rather have one food all the time for the rest of your life, or have each kind of food only once for the rest of your life?
Ooh, depends on the food. For the first part, I feel like you'd eventually run out of foods for the second part.
I mean, if they're considering that, like, each kind of food only once for the rest of your life, if they're talking about, like, different dishes, then I totally believe that. But if they're just talking about a singular ingredient that could go into multiple cuisines, that would be a little bit harder. Of course, I'm gonna assume that they're thinking about cuisine.
Why can't they both be the same option if I kill myself tomorrow?
Well, they can.
Boom.
Jesus. I'd go for pizza if I had to eat one food for the rest of my life.
Actually, yeah, because you can put anything on a pizza and it's still pizza.
Well, and then there's, like, dessert pizzas.
And there's breakfast pizzas.
Exactly. Like, you can have a dough and then some, like, egg and some ham. And then, like, maybe some salsa for, like, the actual sauce. So it's kind of like a, you know, a Spanish omelet kind of thing.
And what happens when you fold a pizza over itself and then bake it? Boom, calzone.
But then that's not a pizza. So you can never fold it.
It's still a pizza. It's still a pizza.
No.
Okay, you know what? You tell a New Yorker they aren't folding a pizza.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not... I barely would. Jason's a New Yorker.
I mean, just go ahead and... Hang on.
No, I don't want to do this. What's 9 plus 10?
Is it 19?
Oh my god. My brain! 9 plus 10 is 19! I really had to think about that, actually. Only because I'm drunk. Okay. Just want to throw that out there.
Being drunk doesn't make you dumb. Drugs make you dumb. Are you on drugs?
Well, I mean, alcohol is basically a drug / poison, so, like, you know... Since he's not here, what are your thoughts about Brian?
Fuck that guy.
Dude. Fuck that guy, bro.
Oh, sorry, no, my mic cut out. I said I would fuck that guy.
That's disgusting. Have you seen Brian?
Only in pictures and my dreams.
Well, I think that's a good time to switch to intermission, and then we'll meet you back on side B.
End of side A. Please continue on side B.
Hey guys, this is Brian here doing the intermission for episode 24 of the Tidepool Orchestra. I wasn't actually in this episode, but I just wanted to point out I'm kind of working in the background and doing a bunch of other stuff. You may have noticed on the YouTube channel I'm putting up the Toku Takeout episodes, and my buddy Dustin that I did that podcast with has actually provided me with a whole bunch of different files for that, including things that are no longer available on iTunes, so expect those to be out on the YouTube channel fairly soon. I'm going to try to stagger them out so that it's not all dumped at the same time. I just feel like that's probably the best way to do it. In addition, I'll probably put up the Toku to go as well, just really archiving all of the other podcasts that were similar in style to the Tidepool Orchestra. Like, if you'll notice, if you watch them, they also have these intermission segments as well, so I just thought that that was kind of interesting to do. And maybe if you guys want, I could do a documentary to really show the 9 years of progress that the Tidepool Orchestra has gone under. I am focusing mostly on the YouTube channel at the moment, but I feel like it would be important to document all the different things that happened since the original incarnation of the Tidepool Orchestra in 2012, and how it evolved and how it is the way it is now. But anyway, we're going back to Jordan and Mike for the rest of episode 24, and I will catch you guys next week.
Welcome back. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. Side B.
Welcome back, guys, to side B. So you know what happened to Tumblr?
And welcome.
And welcome. So you know what happened to Tumblr, Mike?
They cut out all the porn, right?
Yeah, so they made it so they would flag a bunch of posts trying to get rid of all of the not safe for work stuff, and they ended up flagging a bunch of things that were not safe for that were like fine, not safe for work. Exactly. So I was browsing Tumblr a couple of days ago, which is definitely way after they've already put this ban on. So like there should be no porn, no like inappropriate content on Tumblr anymore, right? I was scrolling through and I saw a Tumblr post of this male model. He's wearing a Speedo, and at first you just think, oh, this is a beautiful specimen of a man, right? He has he has a lot of abs. He's very toned. You can't see his face, but it's like he has a Speedo on, so nothing's really showing. You just think maybe that it's a very artistic, representation of like a man for photography or art purposes, like artsy purposes for drawing. But then you look at his crotch a little more closely, and you notice that you can see the tip of his penis just poking out. Just saying hi.
I bet you loved that, didn't you?
Well, like, no. I'm not, like, particularly against or for that kind of thing. I think what Tumblr did in terms of banning not safe for work content is fucking stupid with the way that they did it. However, the fact that they have already tried to do that, and then I just scroll through my feed and see a tip of the penis, and I looked at the blog.
Jordan. It was just the tip.
Just the tip. God damn it. Yeah, I guess. But still, and I looked through the rest of the blog to see if there was stuff like that, where you could see more stuff, like more of the pee-pee, if you will. More than just the tip, without it being flagged. And I didn't really find much, but I did see some very sexual provocative content on their blog, and it just blowed my mind at how Tumblr, or the bots that they've set up to catch this sort of content, still hasn't caught up to that kind of thing. It's just mind-blowing to me. But, like, praise be. Otherwise, I don't really go on Tumblr that much. The tip of the penis was too much for my tiny, tiny brain. The tip was too much. Too sexual? Are people gonna make soundboards of it?
Please.
No, don't make soundboards of it.
Please.
That's
someone do it. Because, but look. The voice you were doing makes it even better.
Hello!
Because you like, if you edit it just right, it can sound like perfectly, what is it pronounced? How is it pronounced?
Is it like an anime thing?
Ahigao?
Oh, Aheago or whatever, the face that they make.
Ahigao.
I don't know. I'm not really good at pronouncing Asian porn forms.
Ahigao. You know the face. Google the face. You'll know the face.
Oh, I do. And I know people that are listening to this will probably see something pop up in our channel, our YouTube channel, Tidepool Orchestra, very soon. Oh yeah,
it's gonna be one of the tags.
Yeah, so look out for that, and you'll enjoy it a lot. But what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something anime related. Now I can't remember. Oh, I think it was something along the lines of, so I am an Asian studies major, right? Specifically for the Japanese region. And so I'm taking a lot of Japanese literature, all of that bullshit courses. And you'll get people that'll walk in with some Japanese written on their t-shirt. And I always look at it, and not all of the people that are in my classes are actually studying the Japanese language. So I'm just like, I hope they know what that means. I have not gotten someone with a Nahego or a hentai sweatshirt where it has all the things on them. Thank God, because God bless my professors. They're really nice, and they pay attention to class, or students most of the time. I really hope that doesn't happen. I really hope it hasn't happened to them.
I went to Crunchyroll Expo back in September. I flew across the country to go to a fucking anime convention. I know, how much of a weeb can you be? But anyways, I flew out there and I went, and as soon as I walked into, there are several doors into the artist alley and the dealer's room and everything. Mm-hmm. But the door that I chose to go in, I wish I could have walked into a different one as my first door. But the first thing I saw when I locked eyes with a hoodie that was on a clothing rack, there was nothing but hentai faces. I swear to God. When I say I locked eyes, I mean I locked eyes with one of the girls on the fucking sweater.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, why is this here? Why are weebs so bad? Why am I one? Oh god.
That's highly uncomfortable. I kind of know how you feel. I've gone to a lot of
Good
those anime
god,
conventions.
what was that?
That must have been on your end, I think. I didn't hear it on my end, and I have one of my ear
I
cuffs.
do not own anything that makes that noise.
Oh well. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I guess it was on my end. I don't know.
It's alright, we'll figure it out. Maybe it wasn't in the recording. It was probably in the recording.
It was probably in the recording, yeah. Who cares? I mean, I do, but, like, sorry. Can't fix it now.
Yeah, who cares? Fuck that.
So-
Fuck you guys, audience.
No.
Shit.
God, that makes me feel so bad. But I've gone to a lot of...
don't feel bad.
Oh no. My fangs. I've gone to some anime conventions. I only like 2. I think I've been to SakuraCon twice, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I've just been to SakuraCon and KimuraCon once each. Can't really remember. I try to push that stuff out of my mind because it was kind of cringy. I did cosplay. I cosplayed as Death the Kid from Soul Eater. I think that was the first cosplay that I've ever done. And then I did America from Hitalia, which is why I have this really comfy leather jacket, like genuine leather jacket that's super expensive, that I wear every day to school right now because it's winter and it's fucking cold. And when I wear that, it feels like it's summer. And then I cosplayed as Gage from Borderlands, the prequel. Are you sure that's the game she's from? I don't know, the one with the robot. Oh, what?
The pre-sequel?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. So I've cosplayed as all of them, worn wigs. I still have them, not in my possession right now, but they're at my dad's. And when I wore the Death the Kid costume specifically, I've gotten a lot of glomps, smelly people, a lot of walking down artist alleys with my father, whom I love very much. God bless his soul. I hope he doesn't think of this whenever he thinks back to it, but it's like you see, you know, very sexual anime posters and all that across the walls, and it's just like, oh, I'm 15, you know, with my dad.
Yeah.
My dad actually has a mouse pad that has the rest for your wrist. Well, no, it's just a rest. No, it's black, like completely black. But I have told him that it's like, maybe you should get the booby ones, and I've showed it to him. He actually, one of his friends got a body pillow. Or, no, one of his friends was spending Christmas alone because his wife was visiting his family and so he was taking care of the pets and just staying at home. And so my dad was like, okay, well, I have to give them Christmas gifts, so let me like send them a bunch of locally brewed like alcohol, and then also let me send him a body pillow and then Dakimakura.
Oh my god.
And so Dakimakura, for those the listeners that don't know, is a body pillow cover, like a pillowcase, with a sexy anime figure on it. And you can get them for most characters that you could sexualize in anime.
And a lot that you really shouldn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think the one that he got, he's never watched Attack on Titan, but the one that he got was from, Levi. Yeah. And I bought a body pillow recently because with a weighted blanket, I got a weighted blanket for my birthday, which is really nice, by the way. If you have anxiety or trouble sleeping, or also, I've heard if you're autistic, it really helps if you have a weighted blanket for sleep purposes.
I guess I could say I attest to that.
Gosh. You're coming up with all the good jokes this podcast. Damn.
These are the same fucking jokes I normally come up with and you guys say suck, so bite me.
Well, it's because I have nothing else to compare them to.
It's because you're drunk. I'm only funny when you're drunk.
God damn it, you're right.
That's fine. I'm only attractive when Cat's drunk.
But yeah, I recommend a weighted blanket nonetheless. But I've gotten a weighted blanket, and when I lay down it, I can feel it weigh down on my legs, which isn't great because it makes it so my hips aren't aligned as well, which hurts your back and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I should get a body pillow to like stick in between my legs, so that kind of evens it out. And it's supposed to be good for your posture anyway, so don't at me. But I've thought about getting a Dakimakura, but I haven't found one of an anime character that I really like. So if any of you have any suggestions, feel free to give me some. Do you have a suggestion, Mike?
You want male or female?
I don't care, honestly. I'll take both.
Oh.
What? Why was that such an evil laugh?
That wasn't an evil laugh. It was just a laugh.
No, that was pretty evil. That was pretty villainous.
I am not a villain. I cannot do a villainous laugh. I am nothing but a snowflake, a cinnamon roll.
No, there's only one cinnamon roll in the fucking Tidepool Orchestra. And she's not even an official part of the Tidepool Orchestra. So you can't take her place. You know who it is.
Yeah, it's me.
No. And the person listening to this knows who it is too.
It's me.
Okay. But no, you've threatened to kill me multiple times, so I don't believe that you're not a villain.
I have never done that. When have I done that?
I think you did it on one of the podcasts that I wasn't actually there for. Brian talked to me about it.
I have never threatened to harm any of you in any way.
Or you said that I was already dead. That might be what it is.
I said you had cancer.
God damn it. God damn it, my cancer's flaring up. No.
It's a memory cancer. You have memory cancer.
You mean Alzheimer's?
I forgot.
Gosh. What's your favorite alcoholic drink?
Rum.
Not even a cocktail? You're just like
Nope,
straight up
just
rum?
rum. I mean, it's mostly rum cocktails.
Yeah, what rum do you drink?
Man, there's no such thing good rum. I'm sorry. If I'm going cheap, I'll get Bacardi. If I'm going expensive, they have this really nice one at ABC's. ABC's is a liquor store chain over here. But they have this really expensive one. They sell. It's like a 30 here. They have it for like $50 a bottle. That one's really good.
Nice. I should look out for it. I haven't been in a real liquor store yet. I've only gone to like a grocery store or a convenience store. Just because I haven't been able to justify myself buying a, semi-expensive, more like $30 plus bottle of liquor.
Right.
But yeah, rum is definitely my favorite. I think I usually drink Appleton rum because that's what my dad used to buy.
Bro, you've been drinking for like a week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't talk about before, okay? Because that gives a bad impression, and that's illegal. But yeah, I prefer Appleton rum from what I've tried. I have tried Bacardi. That's okay. I've tried Hennessy, which is also okay. Definitely not preferred. I really like vodka. I think the best, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, is definitely making a Bloody Mary with pepper vodka is probably the best way that you can go if you're just making it with mix.
No thanks.
You don't like Bloody Marys?
I am allergic to tomatoes.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay.
Or, I mean, you
Yeah, you
probably
did.
told me before. And I just forgot.
I've totally told you. I've told the entire podcast. I told a story about it on the podcast.
You're right, but that was like one of the first ones that we recorded. That was probably within the first 3. You know what episode we're on? We're like on 24, I think.
Oh my god, you're right. Dear God.
Yeah, so... Sorry, I'll write it on a post-it note.
You should. Keep it by your computer. It's valuable information.
Yeah, okay, give me a second. So if I ever have to come to your wedding, I'll know not to bring tomato-based dishes.
Why would you bring a dish at all? We're having catering.
You don't want my famous tomato chocolate pie?
Jordan, you're not invited to my wedding.
Good.
Actually, I would really like to invite you, but we have a very limited number of guests. Apparently, I have just learned very recently that we can only have 50 people total. Total, 50 people. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really small.
That's reasonable for me. If I ever had a wedding, it would probably be like 2 people.
You see, you think that now, and that's what I thought too. But then I actually started looking at my friends and my family and everything like that. And before I knew it, I had a list of 70 people on my own.
Wow.
And
So
I don't
Mike's
know that
invited over, or not Mike. Brian's invited over me.
Brian's one of my groomsmen.
Good.
Are you mad now? You sound sassy.
No, I'm not actually mad because I probably wouldn't have been able to make it anyway.
Fair.
But I do definitely, I'm excited for you, and I would like to see pictures or any video that you have.
Well, I mean, Brian has already told you that he is exclusively sending you selfies of him with no one else in the picture.
He has. You know what you should do, a la Jack's Films? Is I think they made a website via Squarespace. Hashtag not sponsored. For the wedding.
But we could be. Actually, we have a website. It's on Zola. It's actually a specific website specifically for making wedding websites.
Oh, neat. You wanna read out the URL so people can visit?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I can fucking find the URL.
Okay, while you look that up, I do know that Zia made a website for us through Google. Oh, it's just completely free. Ever since she's made it and like she sent us a link through the Discord. But anytime that I just search like the Tidepool Orchestra on Google, it makes me sad because it never comes up, and I just want to conveniently get to it because it makes me so happy with the caption that she gave me. And I wanted to show people, or like more, not like people, more so just my boyfriend, because he thinks that the Tidepool Orchestra is lame. Even though
he does. He thinks it's really stupid.
He does, and he thinks I'm stupid, and he tells me that every day. But I think it's really entertaining to see that, I don't know, it's just cool, because it's like, when you're younger, you think that, like, these people are so famous, and, like, we grew up, or I grew up, where YouTube was kind of becoming, like, a slightly bigger thing, but, like, not really, and now it's like, oh, we're technically YouTubers? Casually, but, like, we post, and we make content specifically for other people's enjoyment instead of just like, hey, grandma, you wanna like my picture of my dog? You know? I just think that was really neat. I'm sorry, I talk about Zia a lot, but she's just so good.
That's true. You're right. I'm sorry if I've made anyone feel uncomfortable ever. Me,
honestly,
right now.
Yeah. Like, you should definitely be sorry because you've made me uncomfortable. Brian should be sorry. He was talking to me about how he was trying to get Zia to buy a meat, like, shirt or a meat hoodie. And I literally was like...
I still want that meat hoodie. Is that meat hoodie still on sale?
Oh, God. They're both the same! Because I told him, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're so weird! And I basically was like, why? You should kind of stop, like, harassing people about this. But then I was like, oh, well, maybe it's not harassment if people are, like, actively involved and enjoying the conversation. But to me, that just seems weird. Like, hey guys, you wanna buy, like, a meat hoodie? Because at first, he just said
I definitely do.
He just said meat hoodie without giving any other context until he sent me a screenshot of it. But then I was, at first, I was just like, is he doing some Lady Gaga a la 2009 shit? You know? Like, is it just, like, hey, fan of mine, you want to make a hoodie out of some ribeye?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think it's hot.
You know, that probably, like, ties back into his cannibalism thing. Because if he actually made a hoodie out of meat, then he could grill himself. And not only would the meat itself taste good, but the juices would soak up into him so he could eat himself as well.
Jordan, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you like this?
God, am I the weird one?
Yes.
Oh no! What have I become?
Alright. So, on that note, I think that should just about do it.
Okay.
I mean, unless you have something else you'd like to add.
Save the polar bears?
And the giraffes.
I can give or take the giraffes, but, like, okay.
Bumblebees. We need to save bumblebees. They're endangered.
Well, yeah, save the bumblebees. They're cute and go buzz buzz.
Well, they also are the reason that we have plants, and plants are the reason we have fresh oxygen.
Yeah, but mostly because they go buzz buzz.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Bye-bye! This has been another episode of the Tidepool Orchestra. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next episode, where you can also look forward to some fun bonus content. If you can't get enough of us, you can also follow us on Twitter at TidepoolO and like our Facebook page to keep up to date. We also have a fan Discord, so if you want to hang out with all of us as well as other fans, you can join in by clicking the link down below. For any questions, ideas, or business inquiries, feel free to email us at tidepoolorchestra@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra.